is going to have bad skin, losing their hair. They're either going to have diarrhea or be constipated half of the time. They're going to have zero libido. They're going to have zero well-contentness. They're going to have zero energy. They're going to have really poor sleep. They're going to be eating and getting that flush of sugar into their body, feel really high, dopamine rush really quick, and then crash down, and they're going to be craving, feeling depressed. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. On this episode, I want to speak to you guys about food. And I know there's a lot of information out there about what's good for you, what's not good for you, how to eat, how not to eat, how much to eat. I'm going to give you my personal experiences after coaching over 1,000 people in their nutrition and other goals in life, and along my journey, what's worked for me and what I found out through scientific and anecdotal experiments and experience. So let's go over some science-based evidence here. When you ingest food into your body, which is a necessity for survival, also the premises behind food being created for the human being to ingest into their body is to be able to optimize the body's function and to be able to regenerate. So there's a thing called macronutrient partitioning. And what this is the action of your body actually assimilating and breaking down the macronutrients, the proteins, the fats, the carbohydrates, also the micros, the vitamins and minerals inside of that food, and giving it back to the body to do its job. There's a positive reaction or a negative action. Now, if you were to eat a whole diet full of clean foods, we would say, that's a controversial slogan right there. What is clean food? But if you were eating all whole foods, your body would be having a positive reaction. If you were to be eating foods that had colorants, additives, homogenized oils, preservatives, GMOs inside of them, you're going to have a negative reaction. So instead of your body regenerating its cells, instead of it restoring down broken muscle tissue, instead of giving it the energy and the efficiency it needs to be able to fight off viral infections, bacterial infections, autoimmune flare-ups, immune deficiencies, anything that's going on in your body at that time, your body's going to have a negative reaction. It's going to actually put you deeper in that hole because your body's missing the vitamins, minerals, and macronutrients that it needs to be able to be functioning optimally. The second part of this, when it comes to eating food, is that 90 to 95% of the serotonin in your brain, serotonin is the hormonal chemical that your body gives you to be less anxious, to be content, to feel happy, to feel like everything is calm and cool and in that place, is created inside of your gut. So if we know that 95% of the serotonin inside of our brain, which keeps us cool, keeps us calm, keeps us healthy, keeps us happy, is created in our intestines and from our gut health, what can we say about the rhetoric that's out there? People saying that a calorie is just a calorie. And as long as you're in a deficit, you can eat whatever you want and you're gonna get results and you're gonna function well. How can you have a happy mind? How can you be content? How can you have low anxiety? How can you have less depression? How can you feel confident? How can you feel grateful? How can you feel the way you're supposed to feel hormonally when it comes to your sexual health, when it comes to either your period or your libido or confidence or any of these things that are involved under this fashion? If we know that 95% of the serotonin in our brain is created in our gut, why would we want to be poisoning our gut? It's poisoning our mind. It's going to create a life of just less of and havoc and feeling down instead of feeling up. So knowing that 95% of the serotonin in my mind is created inside of my gut, I would want to be eating foods that create a higher level of serotonin. And research shows that those highest foods are going to be your fishes, your poultries, your eggs, meats, some milks, and certain nuts. That's one efficiency that you want to be optimizing, whether your goal is to better your health, better your body composition, better your career, or just better your life in any fashion whatsoever. Everything's going to begin from your mind. If your head is down, everything around you cannot be right. And there's no material thing or status that can counteract that. The second part to this that I want to speak to you about is the essentials that your body needs. Everybody's heard of essential amino acids and essential fats somewhere on social media, in a magazine, on TV, or in a commercial. What the essentials are nutrients that your body needs to get from the outside. It means it cannot create them itself. Like you can go sit in the sun and your body can produce vitamin D from that sunlight. It can be created through something else. Your body can also take carbohydrates, for example, and convert them into energy. Your body can convert fat into energy. Your body can take meat, for example, somebody on a keto diet, or let's go back to the days of the Vikings, that people living in the north up there on top of 2 meters of ice and snow, they don't have trees, they don't have berries, they don't have vegetables, they don't have fruits. They're probably eating something like a whale, a bear, salmon, or anything that can move that's around them. There's no vegetation whatsoever. Their pancreas doesn't stop working. They don't become a diabetic and stop producing insulin. Their body just switches from using a fuel source, or it never switches because it never had it in the first place, but it's using fat as a fuel source. So your body can create glucose through glucogenesis, basically the same thing as a carbohydrate, through meat, but your body cannot do the opposite. Your body cannot create essential fats if you're not taking them from a direct source. Your body cannot create essential amino acids unless it's getting them from a direct source. If you look at your body on the cellular level, each cell itself has a membrane around it, and it has receptors for two things: essential amino acids and essential fats. It doesn't have anything on there that's for essential carbohydrates. So you want to make sure that these are optimized for your better mental health, your better physical health. So now, knowing this information, even if I wasn't in a plan to try to lose body fat or change my body composition, and I just wanted to live an optimized life, to live a healthier life, to have more cognitive ability, to have less stress, less anxiety, have more energy, be less sick throughout the year, be able to function and be sharper at work, be able to be sharper and in tune in interpersonal relationships at home, to be able to have better libido and have a better sex life with my partner, or if I'm on the dating scene, whatever it is, I would optimize and choose to have a healthier 90% whole food diet, okay? If you do have a body composition goal and you're trying to lose fat, or you're trying to build some muscle here, let me just give you a quick example. Let's take two biological identical twins. These two people live the exact same life. They have the same training program 3 or 4 days in the week. They walk the same amount of steps a day. They live the same job. They do the exact same things. And they have, let's say, a BMR of 1,800 calories, all right? And they're trying to go to the gym 3 times a week to build some muscle and lose some body fat. And they do the same steps, okay? We give the one biological twin 2,000 calories, okay? We go over what they're eating a normal diet. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. They have snacks, they skip meals. I give the first one 2,000 calories. Let's just make this super simple. I give them salmon as their protein source and sweet potato as their carb source, and they're getting their fats from their salmon, all right? Let's take subject 2. I give them less calories. I give them 1,200 calories, and I'm gonna give them their protein source from processed McDonald's burger patties, and their carb sources are gonna be Skittles. In 3 months, the one here eating the Skittles and the McDonald's patties, technically on paper from the bullshit that they tell you out there, is gonna be a lot leaner, right? Because they're in a caloric deficit as long as they fill those macros and hit their macros, like this rhetoric you hear from a lot of these coaching companies and diet programs out there that are made to be able to keep you happy by giving you the same shit that got you into a problem, but take your money and make you feel like you're participating in something that's positive for yourself. In 3 months, this subject over here with the Skittles and McDonald's patties is gonna have bad skin, losing their hair. They're either gonna have diarrhea or be constipated half of the time. They're gonna have zero libido. They're gonna have zero well-contentness. They're gonna have zero energy. They're gonna have really poor sleep. They're gonna be eating and getting that flush of sugar into their body, feel really high, dopamine rush really quick, and then crash down, and they're gonna be craving, feeling depressed. The other person in that 3 months, even not in a caloric deficit, is gonna build some really good muscle tissue. Their body's gonna have the vitamins minerals, macronutrients that it needs to be able to regenerate its cells and rid and stop storing fat, because it's optimizing itself now and it's going to build more muscle tissue. So their metabolism is going to raise. They're going to be able to eat more food and get more results. They're going to have a good cognitive ability. They're going to have less anxiety. Their hormonal and endocrine system is going to be functioning optimally. So their sex life, their period, whether it's a female, if they're a male, it's going to be their erections are going to be a lot more livid and a lot more healthy than this other person with the if it fits your macros diet. So whether you're trying to optimize your life in general, or you have a body composition goal, you're trying to lose fat, I would choose to have 85 to 90% clean whole diet. The best thing is that the more you continue with this and you exercise, if you're trying to change your body composition and you are training at home or training in a gym, the higher your metabolism gets, because of the more muscle tissue that you gain, you're going to be able to eat more calories and maintain the same body fat, or even lose more body fat if you push it and try to actually do an extra gym day or add extra weights and extra sets. And that's why you see these anomalies that there's so many people, they're like, how do you eat so many calories a day? How can you go out on the weekends and have these 2 huge meals and your body never changes? How do you go on vacation for a week, 2 weeks, a month? Like I go every summer, 6 weeks, I go to my island with no gym, do some simple movements. I have my cocktails, I have my treats. I don't sit there and count every single meal and portion wise, and my body doesn't change. It's because it's running 90% of the time at an optimal level throughout the year, year after year after year. So I can say, if you offered somebody the quick, if it fits your macros, keep eating the junk food, but be depressed, have low libido, have bad skin, have anxiety, have shitty fucking bathroom visits, to be able to lose a couple pounds on the scale and still never learn any discipline, which is the most important thing. Food, there's a reason why all the different religions, all the different strongest militaries in the world, the strongest philosophers, the strongest leaders, the strongest athletes, the most well-respected entrepreneurs that you see that look good, don't also just live good or make good money, follow this type of diet. And those people always fasted because they gave themselves a discipline over food. They understand the mindset. If you can't control your hand over food, you're not going to be able to control anything around you in your outside environment. And let's just be honest here. When you feel good inside and you look good on the outside, you carry yourself in a different way and people perceive you in a different way. It's a cancel culture, and there's a lot of snowflakes out there that don't want to hear it because they don't want to put the work into it. But you like nice houses, you like nice cars, you like nice watches, you like nice vacations, you like nice clothes and handbags to show off. You better love your body. You better treat your body more, put it on a higher pedestal than anything you fucking own, because it is your asset. There's no networks, no banks, no loans, no books, no seminars, no apps that can help you the fuck out when you go to the doctor's office and they're say to you, you know what? I don't know, you're about to become a pre-diabetic here. We see that your blood sugars are bad, or we might need to put a stent in your artery because of your cholesterol, or, you know, this predisposition disease that came from your parents down to you now is flaring up because you didn't take care of yourself. There's nothing that can fix that except the action of taking care of yourself, putting good food in your body, exercising, walking, and just respecting yourself. That's true self-love. So ignoring any rhetoric that's out there, any different debates on what food is, what whole food is, what cheap food is, what's bad, what's good, and what other people say, I'm going to tell you from my experience that food is everything. It is the core of what gives me the life that I have. The reason that I can stay up late and miss sleep, because my body has enough energy and is functioning optimally, and make phone calls, make my consultations with my clients in California or Australia or anywhere around the world 300 days a year, is because of my food. The reason I can have 3 sources of money coming into my income is because of my food. My diet gives me that function to be able to have lower anxiety, manage my stress, not have distractions, not be craving something simple that only costs $5, which is a snack or a burger or an ice cream that's gonna make me feel temporarily good with instant gratification. I can stay focused on long-term rewards. The health that I have, the energy that I have, the body that I've carried for decades that people were always asking me, what's the secret and what's this and what's that? The houses that we have, the cars that we have, the vacations that we have, the opportunities that we have, everything, the relationship that I have, all stems from the simple thing of me putting good food into my body. I wouldn't trade that for anything in the world. I can't say that, because I'm not eating bowls of Ben and Jerry's every day, I'm missing out on life. Okay, if I was doing that to myself, I would start feeling sick. I would start feeling depressed. I would start feeling tired. I'd start not going to the gym. I would start skipping phone calls. I would stop, putting effort into my relationship. I would stop having concentration speaking to my clients. I would not be able to give them the support, the energy, and the anecdotal proof of what I'm trying to preach and teach them. So whether you're trying to change your body composition goals, you're trying to improve your career, you're trying to optimize your health, you're trying to slow down the process of aging, you're trying to better things in your life because of short-term gratifications, or just not having the willpower, suffering from procrastination, suffering from insecurity, food is the beginning of all of that. What you put into your body is what you're going to get out of your body. And your mind, your body, and your spirit all work in one. If you nail two things and you're missing with one of those, or you're really, really suffering in one of those, the other departments are also going to crumble with it. So what is a healthy diet? I say for the average person, all of us, me included, I'm not an athlete anymore. I have nothing to compete in. I don't need to be in that top 5% of the world in anything. I would say choose to eat at least 80, 85, 90% of whole foods, okay? Now, some people starting off are living at a 2 or a 3 out of 10, and they'll be happy just getting to a 5 by having a little bit more exercise and a little bit more whole foods. And that might give them a little bit more energy, a little bit more happiness, maybe add a couple more years to their life, and that's fine. Some people are living life at like a 6, and they're trying to improve to a 7 and maybe get up to a 9, a 9.5. Those are decisions you can make along the path of your journey. And it becomes a lot easier because what you think is out of routine, is a difficult change, is frustrating, is tedious to do, with picking better food choices or cooking some food at home or doing some food shopping or trying to eat on time so that you don't have a crazy appetite when you get home from work and you end up pouring in calories into your body. These things become normal. When you started to go to school, it was tough, it became normal. When you started to get a job, it was tough, it became normal. When you went from being in a relationship with somebody to living with somebody, it's a little bit tough, and then it becomes normal. And this is just the same. It's the same habits, same traits that you take from one thing into another to be able to succeed in it. So me as a coach, me from my life experience, myself with coaching thousands of people, I'm going to tell you that the ones that live the best life, the ones that succeed in their health, mental, financial, interpersonal, whatever their goal is, always eat really good, clean, quality foods. It's their number one investment. They know that they don't want to waste time falling down that rabbit hole of chasing food to be able to patch up something that they're missing in life, or to be able to give them a temporary distraction from stress or dealing with a problem, or trying to suffice something inside of them that hurts them and not dealing with it and not trying to heal themselves, okay? Food is great. Food is great for holidays. Food is great for traditional reasons. Food is great to get together with people to celebrate something. Food is something celebrated in religion certain times of the year. But for the most part, you have to think of food as being your fuel source. That's what's giving you the energy to live an optimal life and get higher rewards and be able to be present in the moment and not be suffering because of your health, or be suffering because of a mental inability to be able to have a good relationship with food where it controls you or makes you feel anxious or makes you feel depressed or makes you feel ashamed, and you're bringing that energy, that vibration to everything around you in the world. It's going to better your life. It's going to better your mindset. It's going to better the people around you. So you can create a good habit in yourself and spread it through your family, spread it through your business, spread it through your friends if you really care. And that's my message that I want to get across. It's a lot easier for me to take my shirt off and post some pictures with muscles and abs and show you houses, cars, clothes, lifestyle, and show you some fucking menus that I'm eating every day of just if it fits your macros. Twizzlers and ice creams and cupcakes and cereals, post-leg workout and all this shit like other people, and maybe scam 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 out of your money and sell you some fucking pipe dream to be able to benefit from it. But I'm not. I'm sitting here with just a plain wall and myself preaching to you what I know has worked for me, what's helped me be able to overcome many obstacles, because I just apply the same discipline, the same consistency to everything else in life. And it's difficult, yes, to be able to change. I can't say out of 100 people that I coach or give this information and support to that 100 change. But if I can change 50 of them to better themselves, they're going to better 10 people around them in the long run. And that turns into 500. And that's a better message. So don't listen to anybody that tells you that fast foods and all this shit is the way to be able to get healthy. It might be a way to lose weight quickly if you count calories, but what is after that? You've been putting junk in your body and you feel like shit and you look like shit, but the scale says something different. You never learn any discipline. You never learn any new fucking core traits. You're not going to be able to apply that to anything else in your life. You're still giving yourself instant gratification that leads down to regret and shame year after year after year. So you're learning nothing from it. You're gaining nothing from it. Take the long road. Take the healthy approach and think of your life as a whole. Think about food as your life as a whole, not a temporary, what can I do in the next 6 weeks to get this results. It's the same thing as cryptos and NFTs and all these bullshit fucking Forex promotions that you see out there online. No one's gonna get rich from that and create wealth. If they did, they'd be doing it for generations. And I wouldn't be sitting here on camera doing this as a job, all right? That's just plain logical fact. So don't listen to the bullshit. Take care of yourself, make the right choices, better your life through food, better your exercise, better your energy, better your self-contentness, better your energy you bring to other people, not just to yourself. You're going to be able to give more to the world when you give more to yourself. I hope you guys got some value out of this. If you have any coaching inquiries, you can email me or shoot me a DM. My information's in the bio. Make sure that you stay positive, stay productive, let nothing and nobody take away the life that you want.